happiness can be found even in the darkest of times.
Essentially, to tell you the truth, I played myself and just did it.
If one only remembers to turn on the light.
A British stage legend and protege to Laurence Olivier, but perhaps best known and remembered as Grand Wizard and Headmaster of Hogwarts, Michael Gambon is an icon the world over.
And this week, he's more than just a star. He's a knight. Ladies and gentlemen,
The fabulous Sir Michael Gambon.
A Dublin native, recruited to the National Theatre Company in the early 1960s, Gambon became an icon of the British stage in the latter half of the 20th century. Taking the baton from legends like Olivier, John Gielgud, and Ralph Richardson, who once called him the Great Gambon.
shall we see what happened?
No, don't.
No, I'm afraid we're going to. Let's run the tape. No, well, it was beautifully. Actually, you're off the...
For most Britons, he became a household name in 1986 as the bedridden mystery writer Philip Marlowe, who relived crime stories through hallucinations in The Singing Detective. The 6-part BBC series would later be remade as a film in 2003 starring Robert Downey Jr. But for his performance, Gambon received his first of 4 BAFTA TV awards and a Peabody Award after the show became a hit in America on PBS. Gambon once almost became the next 007, though he ultimately declined the invitation from producer Albert Broccoli to audition for James Bond in the early 70s. It was in 2004, however, that Gambon's career-defining turn as the headmaster of Hogwarts introduced us to his era-defining contributions to the wizarding world and Hollywood beyond. After the passing of Richard Harris in 2002, Gambon took on the role of the Grand Wizard in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, on the personal selection by director Alfonso Cuarón.
It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices.
He would go on to delight and enchant us as Professor Albus Dumbledore for the final 6 films of the Harry Potter franchise, famously doing so with very little effort.
A wise bear always keeps a marmalade sandwich in his hat in case of emergency.
Ancient Rome.
With a career spanning 7 decades across film, television, and theater, Sir Michael Gambon is a name synonymous with memorable performances. From his early youth as an engineering technician, to an aspiring actor with the wholly fictionalized resume playing the second gentleman in Othello at London's Gate Theatre, he enchanted our hearts and minds across generations of fans and admirers. And as he now leaves us, may the Patronus charm be his protector in the afterlife.
Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all those who live without love.